Hey guys, in this session we're going to be looking at finding decimals of amounts and I've got my calculator here just to show you guys how to do it in the calculator as well. And I guess it's fairly straightforward with the graphics calculator. You've just got 0.4 multiplied by 27 and that's equal to 10.8. But how do we do this without a graphics calculator or without any sort of calculator, right? Now I'm going to show you guys a couple of methods, and like I said, you pick whichever method you want to use. Whatever you're comfortable with, that's the one you want to be going with. All right, so let's get started with this. So the first method that I'm going to show you guys is, let's actually convert that 0.4 into a fraction. So if we convert 0.4 into a fraction, what we're going to get is 4 over 10 and multiplied by 27. Now remember that whenever we have 4 over 10 times 20, like when we've got a fraction and we're multiplying by the number, we can actually rewrite this as 4 times 27, and then that's actually divided by 10. So I've got to do 27 times 4, and I'm going to kind of do that on the side here. So I've got 27 times 4. So what do we got? 7 times 4 is equal to 28. So 2 is going to go up there. And then I need a different color here. 4 times 2, which happens to be 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. So the number is 108. So 27 times 4 is 108 divided by 10. And of course, if you've been watching some of my previous videos, then you know that when you divide by 10, the decimal point actually moves from where it is in the original value, one spot to the left. So right now, 108, the decimal point is actually here. But because of that dividing by 10, the decimal point actually moves one spot to the left. And so we rewrite this as 10.8. Now, the other way you could do this, and I know I'm kind of like spaced out here a little bit. Let's just move that a little bit across here. So the other way that you could do this is something like this. So when you've got 27 times 0.4, it's basically what we're going to do is we're actually going to do this. All right, so we're going to do this 27 times 4. So we're going to do 27 times 4, which equals to 108. But what we then do is, because in our original question, we've actually got one number after the decimal point, then in our final answer, we're going to have one number after the decimal, like one number after the decimal point as well. So in this case, the decimal point is actually going to end up in here. And what you'll notice is both of these answers that we're getting is actually 10.8. And it's also the same with the graphics calculator as well. So lots of different ways of doing this. Find the method that actually works for you guys and then stick with it. So both of these two questions, I'm going to do them two different ways that we've done so far. So the first one I'm actually going to do is 140 times 6. Like I'm actually going to just do the second method, right? The second way of doing this. So I know that there's one number after the decimal point. So what I'm going to do is 140 multiplied by 6. Now, when I do this, 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 4 is 24. And I've got a 2 that's going to get carried over. 6 times 1 is 6. Plus 2 is 8. So I've got 840 here. But because I've actually got one number after the decimal point is going to kind of end up right there. So my final answer is going to be 84. So let's just check that on the calculator. So when we do 0.6 multiplied by 140, we're actually getting 84. So that's just another way, the second method. Now with question C, I'm going to be doing the first method where I'm going to convert 0.2 into 2 over 10 multiplied by 75. Now in my numerator, I can rewrite this as 2 times 75 divided by 10. And 75 times 2, I know that it's 150. So this is going to be 150 divided by 10. And 150 divided by 10, basically what's happening is my two zeros are getting cancelled. Or you could actually say 150 divided by 10. And because we've got 0 there, 1 0, so our decimal point is going to end up in between that 5 and 0. So as you can see, both of these answers is still going to give you a final answer of 15. So why don't we put that on the calculator to find out? So 0.2 multiplied by 75 is actually giving us 15. So guys, as you can see, there's a couple of different ways of doing this. Find the one that actually works for you, and then of course go with it. Now, one thing I'm going to kind of mention is that whenever you're multiplying a big number that's with a decimal point, generally speaking, your numbers tend to be smaller. So what do I mean by that? Like, for example, like if you look at it, 27, I'm multiplying it by 0.4, my final answer is actually smaller than 27. So if you think about half of 27 is about 13.5. So that's how I kind of know my answer is correct here. And same with this question, I've got 140 and I'm multiplying by 0.6. Now half of 140 is 70, so I would expect my answer to be above 70, which is what's happening here. All right, that's just another quick way of checking whether you're actually doing the right calculations as well, like a quick bit of estimation right there. But anyway, guys, that's basically it for this little video here. As always, thank you for watching.